everybody, it's Patricia and welcome back to my channel. It's time for another Chatty Get Ready with me. If you're new, what I do is put on my makeup and just talk about what's going on in my life. So let's get started. I've already done my skincare and put my primer on and put my drops in my eyes, hopefully to get the redness out. This one just never, neither one never totally go away. And if you notice, I have a little red dot. Actually, I think I woke up, I think it was Sunday morning, and all of this was red. Looked like I had a black eye, but it's gradually just faded, and all I have left is a little red dot. I think it was a broken blood vessel. It didn't hurt. I could touch it. It's not, it doesn't hurt. So I didn't have a black eye, but that one was a new one. So anyway, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get started. Last Friday was my birthday, and last Friday we decided that might be the better day to go to South Carolina because of the weather forecast. So we got up and drove down to Beaufort. We got there and went over to Hunting Island, which is the beach there. And it's a state park, so the beach in Beaufort is not commercial, and there are no hotels on the beach. It is just a state park. We camped there a lot. I haven't gone camping since I got cancer, but before we would go there a lot. And so, and I was shocked. There were more people there on the beach on Friday than I expected. There was quite a few people. But we had a good time. We just took our chairs and found a spot and just sat out. And the wind wasn't too bad. It was a little breeze blowing, but nothing too bad. It was 65 degrees down there. And Brian went off and took photos because he's a photographer. And I just kind of sat and took it all in and had a good time. We spent about a couple hours there. And then we drove back in and got to Dockside Restaurant right when they were opening. Got a table. I was wearing my mask. I was a little disheartened that no one that worked at Dockside was wearing a mask. That kind of, I wish they had been. But I had oysters. Oh, I was in heaven. I had oysters for my birthday. And then we drove home. We stopped at one convenience store in South Carolina on the way down, and no one except the employees had on masks, and my husband and I, and everybody looked at us like, you know, why you got your mask on? And I'm like, wow. That was really weird. But every other stop we made, like at a convenience store or something, people all had their masks on. It was just in this one town, I guess, out in the middle of nowhere. That's probably why COVID is so rampant. Just saying. Just saying. Speaking of COVID, my sister Teresa and her family all have COVID. Teresa, none of them were vaccinated. Teresa didn't believe in the jab, as she put it. And so I don't want to, I mean, it's your own opinion if you believe in getting the shot or not. I'm just saying, my sister did not. And just to give you a little background about my sister, she bought a huge storage building. Her husband works at Home Depot. He's a HR manager at Home Depot. So they got a discount, but still they got this huge storage building, and she's a prepper, and they're packing it full. So yeah. But you know what? I might have to go raid her storage building sometime if the supply chain doesn't get any better. Maybe she's onto something there, but yeah, they all have COVID. She's got a son and daughter-in-law living with her right now. They have it. Her son that lives next door, he and his wife and kids, everybody's got it. Everybody's got it. So I'm glad when she came to see me for Christmas, she was not wearing a mask. And we did hug. And I just didn't even think about it. And now I'm just so glad that was before she got COVID. There we go. Because I don't want it. We have a cousin who lives in South Carolina who just got her test results back, and she has COVID. She went and got her vaccine. She didn't want to, but her job, they kind of strongly, said you need to get the vaccine. So she went and got it. Now she's got COVID, and she's posting on social media, see, I got my vaccine and it didn't keep me from getting COVID. And it's not going to keep you from getting COVID. You still have to be careful, but it will keep you from getting a worse case of COVID. But whatever. And while I'm filming, I just found out this morning Meatloaf has passed away from COVID, and that Louis Anderson has passed away, but he passed away from cancer. So it's like, wow. And then, we lost Betty White and Bob Saget. Oh, my goodness. Yep. Last Saturday, the snow came. We got a foot. We got 12 inches of snow. Schools have been closed all week here, but our road is clear. They came and they finally got our road plowed. I think it was on Tuesday. Our road got plowed. Yeah. They got twisted in. But, no, Monday. It was Monday, yeah. Because Brian went back to work on Tuesday. The movie theater closed on Sunday and Monday because of the weather. So, but everything's back to normal now at the theater. Nathan's at work now. So, okay, that got you update on that. Now, I know y'all are going to get tired of hearing me talk about the move, but let me tell you about what we know of right now. It made it to the news. It was on the news the other night about Continental closing. That's my husband's job. And between what they said, I learned some things that apparently my husband didn't remember or just didn't tell me. I don't know. Drinking McDonald's tea. But, okay, here's the latest. They are doing two sets of layoffs. The first layoffs will be in, is it April? April. They're giving 90-day notices. So the first wave of layoffs begin in April, and I think they said the last notices about layoffs would be by the 11th of February. So I would assume those layoffs will be from April 11th until February 11th. No, April 11th to May 11th. So the first round of layoffs, it's going to be about half of them. And that's a little scary. In what my husband does, his position, only 2 people in the entire plant does it. My husband and his coworker. They used to rotate kind of shifts, so there was only one there at a time, and it was covering all 7 days. Just during the day, they don't need the position at night. But they need production to be running in order to do their position. So the other person has seniority over my husband, even though my husband has been there over, see, Nathan's 19, so 20 years. My husband's been there 20 years, but the other person has been there longer, has seniority. So that scares me that he might get his notice. Well, it doesn't really scare me, but he might get his notice here by February. So I'm just kind of watching the mail. Didn't come today. just watching the mail and see if he gets his notice in the mail. And then we'll go from there. If he does not get a notice, if they decide to keep both of them, then the production is shutting down in October. So we have come to the conclusion that if he makes it through the first round, then we're going to we'll just hang out here until October and stay until they let my husband go, because then he gets a nice severance package. And then I believe he could draw unemployment. I'm not sure on that one, but he gets a severance package. And so that would help us during the moves. So that's the plans. And I didn't bring an eyeshadow primer. I sat and thought, what have I got? What have I got? So I'm going to use my concealer for my eyeshadow primer. But yeah, so I mean, I'm very much up in the air. If his last day is in April, then we will just go from there. But I told my husband, if you get your severance package, then that means he wouldn't really need to look for a job until after Emily's wedding. So we could get the house, we could get sold, we could buy a house, we could get moved, and then get Emily's wedding done. Yeah, I kind of would just like to get it over with. I know he's tired. He originally said like April, May he wants to be done. Well, I kind of hope he gets his letter. I hate to say that, but kind of hope. Anyway, it's double-edged. It's none of it's actually a good. It's not a good thing, but we'll deal with it. Okay, for today's eye look, I thought I would try to do an eye look based on the Pantone color of the year, which is Veri Peri. It's a periwinkle. It's more blue than this purple, but I pulled out several palettes. Like, this is the Norvina palette. This is definitely Veri Peri color kind of here. So I've got that. I've got my Dominique's Cosmetics Sweater Weather. And then see right here, that one. And then I've got my BH Cosmetics Romantic Nomad. Did you see they're filing for bankruptcy? Chapter 11. Now in this, I don't really have a periwinkle, but I have this pretty blue that I thought I could use as a darker shade to work into my look. And I pulled all these out. I've been planning this look for a while. And then I saw ColourPop had released new Super Shock shadows. They've redone them. I think it's the same formulation. They've just redone them. And I found this one. This one's a Super Shock Ultra Glitter, and it's called Dream Much. And I'm like, you know what? $6. I'm going to buy it. I'll use it. I don't have any other Super Shock shadows anymore in my collection. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to try and make a periwinkle look. So I'm dipping into probably 3 palettes and a ColourPop. But I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. Dipping into multiple palettes doesn't bother me. Let's see. I think I'm going to start. I don't think I want the Anastasia color. I think I'm going to go in with in Dominique's Cosmetics, this color called Fuzzy. That pink, very pale pink. And we'll go in with that one. And just kind of set that concealer up here, so I can get some better blending. I find if I don't set my concealer with a nice shadow or a powder, it wants to grab some colors. Not my concealer, my eyeshadow primer, but today I'm using concealer. All right, now I'm going to start with, in this Dominique's I'm going to go with this color Chill. I'll start with that one, and I'm going to work it here in my transition. I got a new palette. I didn't want to use it today. I'm going to do its own video. The new Too Faced Too Femme palette. It's a lot smaller than I thought, but that's okay. It was only $39, and the pans are smaller, but I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. Can use them up quicker. So I will do a video and have that up for you next week. Also, finally, my Beautylish Lucky Bag shipped. They had sent an email saying they were going to be 3 or 4 days late shipping. Well, mine has shipped. Still in California, though. It didn't ship till yesterday. So it's saying, the FedEx website saying it'll be here next Thursday. Be nice if it got here sooner. But it is what it is. Okay. I am going to go in and change brushes. I'm going to use, I love these Refer brushes. I do want some more. I'm going to wait though. I'll wait till my Lucky Bag gets here and see what I get. I got the number 12 here, and I'm going to use Soul out of the Anastasia palette. And I'm going to put this in my crease. There we go. I've got to go to the drugstore later. I got to go to the grocery store later. Hello. So I'll have nice spring looking eyes while we have snow flurries right now. We are supposed to get some more snow, but not a whole lot. Nothing like we got last week. I think they're calling for about a dusting to an inch. So right now we just have a flurry going on. My son was stuck home all last weekend, and he's dying to get out. Some movies he's got to go see. So I hope he can go this weekend. My friend Linda, subscriber friend Linda, we spent a day with her for her birthday a few years ago, and she spent some time alone with Nathan, and I think they discussed movies. She knows how much of a fan Nathan is of movies. He has a YouTube channel, which he was doing movie reviews, but since he started working, he hasn't had time to review movies. I wish he would get back into it. I love watching his movie reviews. There we go. I think I'm going to clean up this same brush. And I'm going into this BH Cosmetics palette and pull this little, this looks like a dusty, smoky brown, blue. Hello. I'm going to put it on my outer V. Yeah. I like that. Maybe work it into my crease a little bit. I'm going to get this brush and do some blending. Do the other side. There we go. Oh, it looks nice. There we go. I'm going to take my little detail brush, go in with that same blue out of this BH Cosmetic palette, and put it under my lower lash line. Okay, now I'm going to take my little color pop and let me wipe my finger off real good. This is called Dream Much. That is a beautiful periwinkle. Alright, let's get it on my eye. Oh yeah, this is really nice. I used to be so in love with Super Shock shadows, and I had a ton of them. I just need to use them. I need to be more selective in the ones I buy, maybe. Ones I know I will use on a more regular basis. That's a beautiful shade. I'm going to remember to use this more often. Grab a brush and... You know what? Let me grab my little detail brush and see if I can get some of that on a brush. And put it right under my... See how it looks in the... Yeah, just bring it on over into the inner corner. Okay, feels pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna go put my mascara on and I will be right back. Okay, there we go. Love it, love it, love it. All right, now I pulled out a bronzer, some blush, and some highlight. Since it's kind of a spring look, I decided I wanted to do a little bronzer. So I'm using my Physicians Formula. This one is the Sun-Kissed Bronze color. And I am just going to use my Wayne Gloss number 10 to get some bronzer on and just... This smells so good. It smells like suntan lotion. A little coconutty. There we go. A little under my nose. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of swish it out a little bit. Then I'm going into my Lovecraft Beauty blush palette. And here are the shades. I think with this look I'm going to go with this one. Altheta. Okay. Looks good. And then for my highlighter, I pulled out my Ofra in Blissful. It's got a pink, a little bit of pinky shade. It's very highlighty. Look at that. I am not used to that much highlight. I'm going with my sponge and just kind of tap that down a little bit. Whew. Glowy, glowy. We'll just... There we go. I don't know if that helped much. I have shiny, shiny cheeks. Now, for my lips, I wanted to go with something easy, so I pulled out my MAC lip glass, and this color is Heart Melter. This was a limited edition, but I just wanted to wear it today. And there we go. There's my finished look for today. I like it. I'm happy with this little Super Shock shadow. Might ought to think about more. I'm a little leery of them because I threw so many of them away, but I had them for years. So, yeah. But I like it. Guys, thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. Any questions or comments, just leave them down below. Again, thanks for watching. See you next time.